What is up, you horror nerds? It is me, your host, once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Thank you for coming to the channel. I appreciate you so much. I have a wonderful review for you today. A great one that not a lot of people have heard of, but it's a super fun watch. I'm talking about 2006 release, Behind the Mask. The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This is rated R, came out in 2006. I'm giving this one a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe even a 7, because it is a super fun film. I love how it's shot. The first part is very documentary style and has a lot of comedy in it. Just a lot of throwbacks to other horror movies, and then all of a sudden it switches and it's like a real movie. And the transition's actually pretty good on how they decide to switch it to a real movie. If you haven't heard of it, let's teach you about it, all right? It must be for those who like thrills laced with a sense of humor, says Elizabeth Weitzman of the New York Daily News. You know legendary maniacs, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger. Now meet Leslie Vernon, the next great psycho slasher. Norman Baesel of Invasion stars as Vernon, a good-natured killing machine who invites a documentary film crew to follow him as he reminisces with his murder mentor, Scott Wilson, of In Cold Blood, and evades his psychiatrist/nemesis, Robert Englund, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street. He deconstructs Freudian symbolism and meticulously plots his upcoming slaughter spree. But when the actual carnage begins, where do you draw the line between voyeuristic thrills, mythic evil, and good old-fashioned slasher movie mayhem? Angela Goethals from 24 and Zelda Rubinstein, who's in Poltergeist, co-star in this ingeniously twisted and award-winning shocker that Film Threat hails as a masterpiece. So, like I was saying, it's documentary style, and then when all of the crap's hitting the fan, they're like, we got to get out of here, and they're acting like they're putting their camera down, and then it switches. It's a cool transition. Like I said, it features Angela Goethals. I'm horrible at names. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, she was in Home Alone, Spanglish, Jerry Maguire, pretty big name. And, of course, you know, rest in power, Zelda was in there, who is, of course, in Poltergeist 1, 2, and 3. This, in fact, was her last movie that she filmed before passing away. So many horror Easter eggs in this movie. I mean, so many. At the beginning, they're standing in front of the Red Rabbit pub, which was the matchbox that Dr. Loomis had in the 78 Halloween. You can see the Hellraiser puzzle box on a table in there. I mean, you have to really be watching. It's almost like you have to watch this film, enjoy it, and then go back and rewatch it and try to pick up on all these things. I mean, there's the jumping rope scene from Nightmare on Elm Street that's in the background of some of these. The pets were named from Pet Sematary 1 and 2. Just super cool stuff. If you are a true horror fan, it's a must-watch just for the Easter eggs. I kind of compare it to how Cabin in the Woods was. Like, when you watch that one, you're like, oh, you're like checking things out. It's just super cool. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, 2006. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, what you thought about it. Maybe you thought it sucked. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell to get the notifications to keep up on the reviews that I'm doing. Appreciate y'all. Stick around for more.